All right, guys, so let's go into some of the older reading. And these are ones that you can either sit down and read with your child. Try not to get hung up on age, but these are the illustrated series. This is just to show you a format, but all of these books are thick, full of information and fun stories, but they all have such colorful pictures paired with text that your child can enjoy. And there's ones about pirates, Greek myths. We have stories of Aesop, Bible stories, a little bit of everything. So if there's something specific, this is definitely a great thing to check out. But just great text in these. And the binding on this alone, it's all wrapped in hardcover, so it's really nice binding. And easy to hold because they're smaller. This is another one that I love. I actually read this to my daughter, but if your child likes classic fairy tales, this is the Fairy Tales for Bedtime, and this talks about Red Riding Hood. And it's just got some of the smaller classic pictures, but more about the text and the story, and we're talking about Rapunzel here. But really for a child who's ready to read a little more and phasing out of the pictures. And once again, this is a hard binding, so these are great quality. Now these are awesome if your child likes mystery. I would say this is probably a good age for 7 to 10, maybe 11, depending on where they're at reading. I try not to do the ages too much just because of everyone's different, but just to give you an idea of what levels and how the pictures are. Sometimes it's easier if you can kind of look through them. But there is some pictures, black and white. But these are all, sorry about that, shiny, binding. They're meant to be read. There's a ton of these in the series. I think there's 20. But there is also a few others if they like Code Breakers or if they like Penny the Terrible. That's another great one. And there's one about princesses and ponies that has been a really good seller. And we also have, for that same age range, this is a nonfiction, which I love. But for kids who, have those heroes, I think there's ones on firefighters, special forces, police officers. But you can look through these. The pictures in these are absolutely amazing. But this is just a fun way. They do a lot of text wrapping in these, so it makes it so that your child can read a small portion or they can read the entire thing. They can kind of pick and choose what they want to read. But this one, they've actually incorporated some comic style stuff, and they really change it up to keep your child engaged. This is actually, live pictures, things like that. And just small portions of text. So once again, that allows your child to have control of how much they really engage with it, and they can go back to it again and again and again, and there's probably something always new to see. For some of the older readers, we start getting into teens, preteens, things like that. There's a couple of series. There's the 365 series, and this is kind of a version off of that, but the 365 series is about a boy who's given 365 days to stay alive, and the books are broken down by months. So there's 13 books, and this is the Black Ops version of it, so it's a little more intense. But basically, he has to try to stay alive, and these have been really awesome. They're action-packed, but they're full chapter books, and it's actually broken down by days. So day 23 was 68 days to go, and these have been so awesome for some of our older readers who need that action-packed. It's more like a movie, and to be really engaged like that. Another new one that they just came out with, which some of us had when we were growing up. I was super excited about these. This is the Choose Your Own Ending. There's 2 books available in this series, and basically you get to pick what the character does. So this one, I think this is a hot, cold summer, and she's, on her summer, and you can pick where she goes or what she does or, which character she hangs out with. And then depending on what you choose, then you flip to that page. So I don't know if you had those growing up. I had a couple of them and absolutely love them. And these are brand new. And I cannot tell you, I've had so many people order these simply for the nostalgia. They, I think, were probably reading them themselves. But hey, no judgment. Good book. Hopefully, that is a great help.